Perhaps not. I mean, I don't mind it. Um, dun, 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 dun. Okay. So let me give him a call. Let's see. Yo, yo, can you hear me,
Hello?
bro?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, sure. You are on my YouTube live at the moment, bro. Be happy.
Oh shit, that's the wait. Should I've answered on my PC then?
Nah, it doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna need you to share anything.
No.
But yeah, what's your ask, bro? You said you want to create an executable file, an exe file, for their Windows computer
Yeah,
for them to run, but
yeah.
it's also going to be running from a database. What database are you guys using?
We haven't actually decided, right? Because now we're trying to figure out on what database to use. So we haven't really decided on how we're going to do the whole backend. But
Mm,
what we want right now is just like some basic information, so that when we go to the client, at least we tell them, okay, cool, this is what we did, this is the front end and whatever. So now the only problem that we're facing right now is to minor tweaks and just fixing bugs here and there. But this is what we have, and then we also need to focus on the back end and trying to figure out on what's the best solution, right?
mm,
Because there's like three solutions we can do,
yeah,
which is like a local offline,
yeah,
app, where it's just like everything is locally, is on the application, is on the PC, and then that's that. We don't need any, need to outsource any storage,
yeah, yeah.
whatever, because it's on the PC. But the problem with that is that when the PC, maybe let's say the drivers breaks down or whatever, we might lose everything. So that means all the data, because this is like it's a whole business. So
Mm,
all the like data on receipts, everything, whatever, we might lose that, right? Or we can go on the cloud application route, where maybe we can do it maybe as a web app, right? Where it's just like website. So it's like that's when we need to connect it to the cloud and whatever backups. But that's mostly if there's internet always, right? Maybe there won't be internet always, so maybe we're thinking about a hybrid where it's like a little bit of both. So yeah. So now on our part, we just wanted to find out in terms of the cost, right? If we're going, like what's this, the hybrid route?
okay. How do you spell hybrid? Anyways, okay. So we have okay. So looking at it, um,
Yeah,
the best of both worlds. Okay, so looking at it, one we can do it locally, right, on the device. But the
yeah,
problem with that is the backup issues. If something happens to the
yeah,
PC, they lose all their records.
yeah,
Not the most reliable way to do it. Two is you
yeah,
can do it as a web app, but the problem is the database costs. The database costs, and it needs internet always. Option
yeah,
three is to do both because I mean to do both. So do it locally, but then have some backup system that saves to the cloud, right? So you're
mhm,
looking at the costs if you decide to go hybrid. If you decide to go hybrid,
mhm,
another thing that I might pick up with this is that if you go locally, the other problem is like a paywall, right? I mean, are you selling this
mhm,
as a once-off product? You're just saying, hey, look, I created this product, here you go, right? You just have the product. And then maybe you get in touch with me when you have a bug or when you're doing an upgrade, right? Like if we're updating the software, right? Is that the only time you need to get in touch with me? So service and maintenance, basically, is another thing you'd have to look at. And then another thing is if you decide to do it via a paywall, subscription based, maybe, right? So pay as you go kind of vibe, monthly subscription vibe. Then the question becomes, how do you go about doing that if it's local, if it's being run locally only? Right. And again, still you'd run into those other issues, which is the backup of stuff and the need for the internet connection. Now, what we could try to do, if I'm thinking how I might go about doing this, is if I go cloud, I'm doing it with Supabase. Right, because I'm familiar with it. Everything that I build is built on top of Supabase, right? And they have a pretty friendly and what do you call that? Their free plan has a lot of options. Like it allows you to do a lot with it. Okay, that's one. The other thing with Supabase, other than the what do you call this? It's also cheap. It's pretty affordable. It looks like for a startup. Now, the nice thing about that is you might not even have to pay for the thing until you have, let's say, a viable product and agreement with the person that you're selling the software to, right? So you're saying, hey, look, I've created the software for you. Do you need it? Whatever. What this would allow you to do is you can create your project demo, everything with it working perfectly fine, and present it to the guy without having to spend a single cent. The problem is once you do decide to go commercial with it and make it an actual product, then you'd have to maybe pay for the Supabase cost, which, or again, it's better because you didn't have to pay the upfront cost of Firebase. Now, again, like I said, I might go first Supabase. I'm gonna go Supabase, build it if I'm gonna do that, if I wanted to go online. But what I might try to find out is because again, if this is only one client, like why would you need it to go to the cloud? What are the reasons why you'd want it to go to the cloud? Cloud, right? Like, I'm thinking backup, right? Backup is one. Is there any other reason why you might want it to go to cloud?
There isn't any, because the only thing that we wanted to go to cloud is just backup only. Right, and another thing is because we're trying to figure out that with everything I think with cloud it will allow us to access the app remotely, and at the same time they would also need another PC, right? So that one person can be like the admin and one person is like the cashier or whatever. So that, you know what, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, because then they need to, if they're doing it on different computers, then it needs a reliable cloud connection there, right? So if it's not just one thing, then you definitely can't do local, right? Backup, you could find a way to kind of like get the stuff get backed up and stuff, because the way I might think about it is like maybe it creates a CSV file every day at a certain time, and that CSV file gets uploaded onto their Google Drive or something. Like create a system that uploads the CSV file to cloud, right? So then on their Google Drive or something, right? And then that becomes the backup.
Yeah.
But now the problem is once you want to have more than just one person using it on two different on 2+ devices, then you need it to sync up somewhere, right? Because the data needs to be consolidated somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So then you definitely can't go the route of just the CSV file. I mean, like maybe you can, but that becomes a lot more complex, and I become a lot more uncertain in that situation. So then I might just say go super base then. I mean, also, like, is that a need? Because what you could do is you could do an upgrade of the software and stuff later on for them to have like one person do this and the other person does this, right? Because what we're thinking, like, in terms of the functionality, why would you need it to operate on another device at the moment?
Well, at the moment, I think because what's this? Because now we're looking at the person that's running the place, right? Because now there's like the owner, right? He's like an old man and stuff. So with him, you won't be able to do certain things, right?
Okay.
Of course, there's like the kids who's like running the business and everything. She'll be able to know what's going on and know how to do the whole receipts and all that ish. Because on him, we just wanted him to at least on his end. Actually, maybe we won't need another computer. We're still kind of trying to figure that ish out. Because on his end, we wanted to make sure that when the girl, right, who's doing all the receipts, the cash outs, when she punches the receipt in, as soon as she punches the receipt in and prints it out, it should be able to send a notification to the guy saying that, hey, this amount has been a person is coming to collect this amount. It's about maybe 500 or 600. This is how much you're supposed to give him, right? Cool. And then he just like noted on the system, you see, because she's not the one who's taking out the money. She's just cashing out the receipt.
She's just cashing out the receipts. Yeah, because here's the thing. Also, he pays out the money. She does the receipt.
Yeah.
So that's why you might want him. But then now the thing is, you said he's an old guy, and he might not be as tech savvy, right?
Yeah.
How would you be presenting the data? Because you can try and because the best solution I'm thinking at the moment is create it locally, right? So that it runs locally with maybe backups to Google Drive or some Drive account, right? And then you work on maybe adding Superbase later on once you have confirmed usage. Because what happens is with I mean, you could do it pretty quickly and easily with AI at the moment, right?
Yeah.
But it does add some level of complexity that you might not want to worry about today, right? If you want to try and do it and complete it today, I wouldn't advise that. I would say maybe focus on it being local for now, and then we can try and come up with a solution of what notification he gets on his side, right? That this thing has been done. In fact, we could even do a thing of like, as soon as she does the receipt, right, it prints a PDF or a report that she can forward to him to make a payment. Right? With the like, okay, how does it work? Who is the man paying? Who is the owner paying?
The owner's basically paying, because this is how they usually work, right?
Yeah.
So now the client or whatever comes with maybe like, let's say copper metal, right?
Okay, client comes with copper and metal.
Right? Goes to the register. That's where the scale is, right?
Okay.
So they place the metal there, and then of course the scale tells them, okay, cool, for this and this, the rate is this, right? And okay, cool, how many kgs is it? And then boom, you get like a receipt, right?
Yep.
She hands out the receipt and then gives him the receipt so that he can show it to the guy who's going to pay out the money, right? Which is on the other side.
Wait, so the client, right? So what happens? Client comes with the metal, right?
Yeah.
They put it on the machine. The machine tells them for this amount of kilograms for this kind of metal, this is how much you need to pay this person for this iron and steel, right? So then the client is gonna have to. Yeah, so the client is going to send them. Oh no, that's the amount that they are going to pay the client for the iron and steel.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool.
So,
So client
on
comes with
that,
copper
is
metal, goes to
they
register,
get the
scale
receipt,
to-
and then they take the receipt. Then they just go to the guy who's that collection window where they're going to get paid, right? So more or less, when he's like maybe showing the receipt, he's not gonna take it, but he's just gonna confirm to show that, okay, cool, this is what a notification that I got on my phone. The amount is this. Let me look at his receipt. Okay, the amount is correct, and then there you go. Just takes out his money and then pays the guy. Because especially on the printing out of the receipts, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 receipts must be printed out.
Okay.
Right, which is one for the company and one for the client.
One for company and one for client.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that in terms of records, we can be able to track and see expenses and see, okay, cool, what happened and all that. On this date, so and so came and was supposed to, was supposed to like be given 600, but it was actually short.
Yeah.
Or it was actually more than, you see.
Oh, geez. I actually have 2 people watching this. Oh, it dropped down to 1. Let me just check if there's anything in the chat. I don't know if they can hear you. Actually, that's the other thing I didn't think about. I don't know if they can hear you. I don't know if they can hear you, but that's fine. Either ways, okay. So what we're working with, if I look at this, is client comes with the copper and the metal, goes to the register. Scale tells them that for this alloy, this is how much it's going to cost, and that's the amount that they're going to pay out this person for that alloy. Then they get a receipt. They send that. They give that receipt to the person. Obviously, after they pay him that amount. And then also they need to inform the owner of how much they need to pay out this person. Right. And currently, how are they doing it?
I mean, currently it's more of word to mouth. Wait, Wayne is gonna explain quickly.
Okay, we're short.
We're going to say.
Oh, yeah.
So what currently happens is a customer goes to the thingy, to the scrapyard, right? And there is a scale that is there. They will go maybe with, let's say, a bag full of cans, right? Then there is a book that they have there. Then they look into that book of maybe cans will be saying that the rating of cans is maybe 45 rand, maybe per kg.
Yeah.
And then that cans is placed on the scale. Then they type in the unit price. That's what they type in.
Okay.
Then the unit price will determine what is the price for that weight. Maybe if it's, for example, 2 kgs of cans, it will then determine the price. Then that's when that person tells the boss that you should give them 50 rand maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, so now we want a system of where there will be trusted people trusted employees that will work with the system, that they will type this stuff and it will print out on that system.
So your system basically has all the rates for the different things. They just select, this is what this person put in on the scale, and this is how many kilograms per unit cost is going to be. And then it tells them, okay, this is how much needs to be paid out. All right.
Yes.
And then at the moment, what do they just text the owner and say, look, we need to send this amount, or you need to give me this amount?
No. So there's basically a collection window, right?
Okay.
So like the employees will weigh the whatever cans, and it will be 45 rand. Then they shout to the owner and say that this person's thing is 45 rand.
Okay, so the owner is at the premises, right?
Yes, the owner is always at the premises. If the owner is not there, the daughter is there.
And that the daughter will make the payment.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, the nice thing about this is you probably, again, we want to reduce the amount of costs that this is going to cost you and your client, right? Because if we can make it affordable both for you guys to make the app and both for the owner to manage it. If you decide to make it a subscription model per month, you guys are taking in most of that profit, right? And there's almost no expense, let's say, when it comes to like cloud and storage and all those things. So if I think about it, I don't think there's any need for you guys to make it cloud in that sense, because it's not like you're sending it to someone who's in a different location and then they need to send this money, right?
No, the person's always there.
Yeah. So if the person who's paying is always there,
there's no payment gateway of anything that's gonna be on the website.
yeah. So I think what we can do then is let's try and think about it as keeping it local. Let's keep it local, right? For now, again, we can always add like the complicated, not the complicated, but we can always add additional functionality and connect it to like a Supabase or a Firebase or whatever. I would say let's go with an exe file. That's going to cost you nothing. And then maybe it backs up to a cloud thing. We'll look into that a bit. And then a receipt. Maybe we can print out something that they send to the person who makes the payments, right? Because again, what reason would you have to send to the person who's making the payments other than the receipts? Because the receipt already has all the details. We paid out this amount to this person at this time.
Because the other main reason for this is to see the direction of the business.
See the direction of the business,
yeah. They don't even write this stuff. So we want the system to have also an end of day printout that will tell how much money we handed out, etc., etc. Like they just want to see where their business is going.
Okay, cool. So I'm thinking about it. What I think we'll do. Okay, so let's do this. So what I think we'll do is local run app with backup to Google Drive every, say, hour, maybe every hour. Saves files locally in case there's no connectivity. Then when connection is there, they upload or save. In fact, we could even set it up so that when a receipt is printed out, or when a receipt it up so that when a receipt is created, right? So that when a receipt is created by the app, that's when it uploads that, it does a backup. Is created, then backup created. Right? The end of day report is fairly simple because then you guys have all the stats and the data, right? How you present it and all that stuff becomes, it's just like it's up to you guys. So that's simple enough as it is. So let's say it's a locally run app with backup to Google Drive every hour, saves files locally in case there's no connectivity. Then when connection is there, they upload or save. Could set it up so that when a receipt is created, then backup is created, right? Backup is created. Maybe we want to do it CSV file can be what is being uploaded, or whatever the case might be, right? So then if we're doing all of this locally, oh wait, they can keep shouting if they want to shout, right? Because that, again, if the person is at the premises, there's no need to overcomplicate it for now, right? Let's work on that for now, and then later on we'll add everything else. In which case it's going to be free. It's going to be free. So let's see. Let me do this. Just running a check quickly. Okay, there. So I'm just gonna send this onto my AI thing. So I'm gonna say keep this in mind, right?
Yeah.
Because you can build an exe using Electron, right? An Electron based app is what I'm thinking. You can build an Electron based application. That will be the easiest way to do it. Are you guys using AI to build your app?
Yeah. Currently using ChatGPT as Codex.
Using Codex, nice. Okay, it's a pretty good one. Paid or free?
Free.
Free. Okay, so there's going to be a limitation to tokens and stuff. So obviously,
yeah.
I see the nice thing about this now is since you guys are using the free one and you don't have to worry about like the Supabase complications and stuff. There are less prompts that you guys will need to do in order to get a working product.
Yeah.
Right. So okay. So free costs, you guys don't have to worry about costs. Do you guys know what plan you're gonna have? Are they paying you monthly, or are they paying you for the whole product? For the once-off payment for the product.
That's the thing. It wasn't really discussed.
Right? But what are you guys thinking?
Because because it's either maybe like, let's say it's a once-off payment, which is like maybe around 10 there. Right.
10K once-off
or
payment.
It might be once-off payment, or it can be like a monthly thing. But at the same time, maybe we might even make it 5, but make it in terms of like maintenance, whatever. Yeah. A monthly maintenance for this song.
Issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah. So, I mean, like how much money do you think these guys might be able to fork out, right? Like, okay, so what you could do is you could make it a 5,000 rands. I mean, that's super cheap. Like, that's so cheap, bro. And then do a monthly maintenance service and maintenance thing, right? Of like say 50 rands or 100 rands or 150 rands or whatever they're comfortable with. But you need to then decide what is going to be harder for this client. Is it going to be the monthly payments, or is it going to be the once-off payment? Because 150 rands for some clients might be too much money and they rather just pay you a certain amount of money and relax.
Yeah.
And also do the calculations, right? If you're doing monthly, how much would it be? Right? Multiply that by 12. Does that even make sense? Because you might think 150. Yeah. If we do the calculation, and we're gonna say 150 rands multiplied by 12, that's 1,800 rands, right? So that means if you're thinking about, oh, let's charge this guy 5,000 rands and then he pays us 150 rands per month afterwards, right? That's gonna give you 6,800 rands in a year.
Yeah.
But if he does a down payment of 10,000 rands and you give him one free service and maintenance every month, you are getting how much more money? You're getting more money. You're getting 3,200 rands more money for the whole year compared to getting 5,000 rands and 150 rands per month. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and sometimes you won't even feel where the money is going.
Yeah, he doesn't feel where the money is going. And the nice thing about charging him, like, let's say 10,000 rands, would be that, like, oh look, you don't have to pay us anything, service maintenance every month, and if something does happen, then you give us 150 rands. If you call us in, then you give us 150 rands. We can come in, look at it for you for free. If you guys broke something or whatever the case might be, then maybe X amount or whatever. But you want it to be such a good idea that it's like, oh, it's not going to cost him anything, right? It's going to be pennies. So I guess understanding how much work it's going to cost you guys to keep this app running, and how much your client is willing to pay, then you can kind of price it around that amount, right? For example, with this one, if I'm to guess, if these people are not making a lot of money, I would say a once-off payment of 6,000, right? With one free service and maintenance every 3 months, right? If they call you in outside of that free maintenance, it's 250 rands, right? And then you can say, oh, we'll give you a discount if we come in and we see that, like, oh, it's not a big deal or whatever the case might be. And then again, but then you have to think about it, like, is it going to be a lifetime value thing? Like, is it only 6,000 rands or 10,000 rands for life? That means all the updates that you do, they get those for free as well. Or are you going to charge them for the upgrades as well? So it's like, oh, cool, every year we'll update it and give you a new updated app that does this and this better. But that's up to you. If you want to do the update, this is how much it's going to be. If you don't want to do the update, then it's fine. You know, that's that.
In terms of them, right? It's not like we haven't done any business for them, right? Because we did some printing work for them, work suits and everything like that.
Yeah.
In terms of money and stuff like that, they were not a problem.
How much? Right? Okay, how much was it for that job in total?
For that job, it was about, if I believe, it was about 1,600,000. Yeah.
Phew.
1.6. It was for a printing job. So basically, what we did work suits.
How many work suits for 1.8?
It was 7.
7 work suits for 1.8.
Yes.
Damn, that's affordable.
It wasn't just only work suits. It was basically work suits and reflectors, right? So now, since we already have like a good relationship, because we still have to design like posters, because now we need to change the whole place to make it look more professional and look more like a waste management, play business, right? So now, because there's still more stuff that we have to do with them in terms of like making safety helmets, branding that, because like the logo as well, right? The logo was designed by us. We did
How much did you get for that?
Damn, actually, I don't think we charged them actually.
Okay.
I don't think for the logo it wasn't we didn't charge them because it was more of an approach type of thing, right?
To get through the
door. Yeah, to get through the guy, because because I remember making like 3 or 4 different logos for them, different types.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like I had to spend like flipping 2 hours. Just like a simple thing, just make the logos. Or the only thing that we got from them was like, the name. So like, okay, cool, let me just make a logo. And then they just selected what logo they would like. And then we just created a sample for them, right? Because that was like the initial plan, even though it was a loss for us at the beginning because we made a free sample, right? So we had to take out money from our pockets, buy a work suit, and then just print it out just to show them, okay, cool, this is how.
Okay, so it sounds like 10K might feel a bit heavy for this client. Especially for something that they're already managing to do business all right with without having to need the thing. You know what I mean? Like your value proposition is it's not necessarily it doesn't make that big a difference in terms of how they operate the business. It makes it easier to keep records and stuff. But if I'm already doing the business that they're doing, and maybe their income, like the profit that they get every month is, I don't know, like if I estimate to like, let's say 30,000 or 50,000 per month, I don't know, 10,000 is a heavy hit, right? For something that they've been successfully doing business without. But also you could say like, look, 10,000, but we'll allow you to pay maybe 5,000 now, right? And then 2.5 the next month, and then 2.5 the following month. Maybe it depends on how you guys are feeling about it, right? Like how the program is working for you guys and all those other things. Because the other thing you don't want is you don't want to create a product or whatever and have an absolutely dreadful, horrible experience and they hate you for it, because that ruins your business. Because if it goes well, you could ask him for contacts and be like, yo, look, what other people are doing businesses, what different businesses are they doing? And then you can upsell and they can, what do you call this? You can get a referral, right? Referrals are amazing, right? That's the thing. So if they have a good experience with your product, it's something that's actually helping them with their current business, then why would they not want to do it, right? So it's fine for you guys to kind of delay the full 10K payment, get it as 5K, 2.5, and then 2.5 later on to accommodate them. If you guys are like saying, okay, we hell bent on getting the 10K. But again, at this point, it's not going to cost you anything for you guys to do, right? It might be worth looking at the structure of like, okay, cool, how is it going to be, how are we going to structure this app so that it backs up to the cloud properly, right? Like, how do we connect the two platforms so that we can do that, right? And then if that becomes too complicated, obviously Supabase becomes the easier thing to do. What's the what platform are you guys using? What coding language are you using for your thing? Do you guys know? Are you using Vite, React?
Yeah, I can't tell you that.
You can't tell. Okay, no, it's all good. It's all good. I think just to answer your question then, right? I would say run it fully locally for now, because there is no reason why you'd want to send it to the cloud other than doing backups, in which case you can probably do something with the backups for now, right? And then if this client is willing to pay, right? Because what happens is you could sell to them. The problem is if you sell to them based on, like, let's say a free plan from Supabase or whatever the case might be, when it comes time for them to pay, they are not going to be happy about it. In fact, I think Supabase, like if I'm using Supabase, so let's go with Supabase plans, right? I'm going to look up how much Supabase, the paid plan for Supabase is. Supabase pricing, right? So the pro plan for Supabase is $25 per month. Okay. So that's money that they have to, because you don't want to be the one paying $25 per month. That's money they are going to have to pay per month. So what that changes your pitch. Your pitch is now, okay, cool, I'm asking you to pay me 10,000 rands right now for the product, right? And also, what's the exchange rate? Does anyone know what the exchange rate was? $25 to rands, $25 to rands. No, I got it. It's 420 rands. So think about this.
It's what?
420 rands. So think about this. You are charging me 10,000 rands per month for this thing I've been doing my business without. Perfectly fine, right? And not only are you charging me 10,000 for this, you're telling me that I'm going to have to pay 421 rands, let's say, per month on top of that. In total per year, right, for something I've been doing perfectly fine without, 421, you're asking me to pay 15,000 per year. And they're not paying you anything for service and maintenance yet. So that's excluding that cost. It starts to not make as much sense anymore.
Yeah.
Right. So like, I think if we can do it without Supabase, they save their product locally. Perfect. Let's go for that. Right. Start locally. They save their product locally. All the things, the backups. Even, you know what? With backups, they can even upload the backups themselves. If it's too complicated for the system to automatically do the backup for them, they can even upload the backups themselves. Right? You can offer, in fact, you can make that the paid thing. Right? You can be like, hey, look, the app stores the backups for you guys locally every day on this thing. Allow us to come in every week for 50 rands. We'll come in and we'll just save the thing on your Google Drive. Every week, we'll save the thing on your Google Drive, whatever. Just something minor for now, right? It's not going to cost you as much. And then if you see that, okay, look, the business is going well, they like this thing, whatever, you can be like, hey, look, you know what? How about we get you guys on a database thing so that you don't have to keep paying us 50 rands? We get you on Supabase. right? And this is how much it's going to cost, whatever, right? You could probably get away with doing it with a free Supabase thing for a year, right? You can probably get away with it for a year. And then after that, you can be like, okay, look, how about, again, because this thing and this thing, to officially do it properly with the proper means and stuff without any worries, this is how much it's going to cost you, right? But at that point, your biggest concern isn't that you're giving them a product that you're not even sure if it's going to work properly for their business. You know the product is working well. You're just updating and you're doing upgrades and stuff like that. So I'd say figure out the cost. How much do you want to give this product out to? Because that's going to determine everything else. Are you using Supabase? Are you not using Supabase? Are you charging them monthly? Are you doing this? Are you doing this? Are you going to be doing free updates and upgrades on the application, whatever the case might be? But when it comes to making an executable file that you install locally on their device, you can use flipping hell. I told you earlier, actually. Yeah, to make the executable exe file, you can use it's not React. It's not React. Oh, is it React? Shimata. Nope.
Is it React? What? What are you not saying?
I think Electron. Right. Make the executable Windows file with Electron, and then we'll if there's any complications with that, you can throw me the file, and then like maybe I'll just do the rest of the stuff that you guys need in order for it to be a working demo you can provide to them tomorrow. But then I don't think it should be any more complicated than that, right?
Okay. That sounds good, actually.
Yeah.
That'll be great. I'm still gonna go to that. Okay, cool. Okay. Now I think that we're gonna need it right now. Or we're just gonna take the Okay.
Yeah, so what's the dealio?
No. Right now we're just discussing on how we're gonna present it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So at the moment we're gonna present it using Visual Studio Code.
Okay.
And then only So just like maybe discussing with the guy in terms of like what do they want to add, and in terms of changes, and
what do they want to add?
Like,
okay.
The funny thing is like another thing, we don't really have their rates because we told them that, you know what, if they could send it so that we can just put it on the
put the rates onto the application that you're working on.
Yeah, but we don't have it yet.
Works at the premises, but we'll get there.
Okay. I mean, like, look, even then, you can make fictitious rates, right? Because then you're just showing an example at the moment. They can send you the rates afterwards, right? So just like, in fact, just use AI for that. Just be like, create fictitious rates for this and this and this and this. And then you use a demo of something like that. Because don't like slow down your prod.
On our thing, it's already there. Like there's rates and everything.
Nice.
Because in terms of like putting, like the copper and all that ish, everything is there, right? So it's doing what we actually wanted it to. So yeah, man, everything is sorted. It's just the minor tweaks that we have to do.
Yeah.
And then maybe I'm not sure if I think maybe there should be like an income inventory, a section here or something.
Yeah.
A tab for income and expenses and all those things, like where does the income come from and all those things. Because for them, they're still like they're a waste management company, right?
Yeah.
So now they get their stuff from like the local people around here.
Yeah.
And then they take the in and then they go to Blackheath. That's where they go and exchange the ish.
Okay. Yeah, just don't complicate your app too much for now until you know exactly what they need and want. Because I mean, you don't wanna sit with a big job of removing a whole bunch of things, and then needing to add more features as well. Especially if you guys are vibe coding it, right? If you're vibe coding it, those are all tokens, free tokens that you're wasting, trying to get it to do A, B, C, and D. So create the most basic thing that you guys kind of have an idea for, pitch it to them tomorrow and say, hey, look, we created this thing, so we have full control. Whatever you want, whatever we think you need, this is what we'll have. This is our vision for you guys, right? This is the vision that we have. Communicate to us. Tell us what you want. Tell us what you don't want. We'll tell you what's possible with the current plan and the amount of money you guys are willing to spend. But you guys need to decide what's the lowest amount that you guys are willing to sell this app for, and how is it going to work, and what's the so know the amount that you want to pitch for, right? And then know the lowest amount that you're willing to do. And then what you can normally do is, what I normally do if I'm pitching something to a client, I'll have I have the lowest amount I'm willing to go for. I have the amount that I feel like I want for this deal, right? And if I'm desperate for money, what I'll do is I'll pitch at that amount, right? And then if I see some hesitation, they're like, no, this is a bit too much for us, whatever. You can be like, hey, okay, look, fair enough. If I'm desperate for the money, then I'll be like, fair enough. What I'll do is, what I can provide you, tell me like how much you guys can work with. If it's within the range of what I can work with, I'll tell you what the package looks like. So we won't be able to do A, B, C, and D if you guys are saying you want it for this amount, all right? And maybe if you want it for this amount, now you have to pay me maybe 150 rands, 250 rands when you want me to come and fix something that's broken. You know what I mean? Then you can kind of make up the difference between the amount that you wanted and the amount that the client is saying they want for it. But you need to know your numbers, know how much you're willing to give it for, and know the lowest amount you'll be willing to give it for. And then that should leave you guys in a pretty good position to see how it goes.
Hey man, I mean, that's pretty much that we like wanted in terms of like in terms of like going local or going on like what's this like on Supabase and all that.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Because that was our main worry in terms of like handling the cost. And
I think honestly, for a business that sounds as small as the current one that you're mentioning, 420 rands cash expense, $25, 420 rands cash expense for a new product that they're not. It's too much. It's too much. I think it's too much. I could be underestimating them, but the nice thing is you can pitch the local device one, and you can tell them, look, there is another version of this app where it's all on the cloud, and you don't have to pay us to come in. You don't but it is going to cost you this amount per month. Then they make the decision, right? But tell them like, look, based on our thing, we think you guys don't need that. We think this is good for you, because that $25 isn't going to your pocket. It's going to Supabase. So, but yeah, man, I don't want to waste these people's time. I have 2 viewers for some reason for this thing, and I don't think they can even hear I think they can hear me, but I don't think they can hear you, because I don't think I set it up nicely for that. But I think this is where I'm gonna end the live.
Okay.
Hopefully that's some useful stuff, useful footage or whatever. We even got a like. Somebody liked something, if it wasn't one of the people that I know.
No, that was me.
Yeah. But I think that's it for the live, man. Look forward to seeing Wagwan. If I upload this video, then we might do an update like a month later, if like you manage to do the product and you give it away or whatever, and you give it to the person and you manage to sell the deal. But wait, you said that was you that liked the video, the live?
Yeah.
Can they hear you? Can you hear yourself there?
No, I didn't want an echo, so I just
you switch it off
the sound on the PC.
Okay, can you switch it on and then try to see if you can hear yourself, and then you can switch it off immediately after, because I think I messed up the audio settings.
Let me check now. Hello?
Yeah, you can't hear yourself, can you?
No, I can hear myself.
Can you? Also, they could hear you this whole time.
I can. Yeah.
Okay, no, all good then. It wasn't as horrible as I thought it was, but that's it. That's gonna be the end of that, bro. Let me know. You can. I think the rest of the questions and stuff you can just send it on text, and then I'll check it for you and advise accordingly.
Hey man, yeah, bro. Hopefully this is just the beginning. Yeah. Hopefully as well on my side I can also start hustling for customers for websites. Man.
Oh yeah, broski. Oh yeah. Like, it should be able to, man. I think you guys need to get onto Superbase. Step, like, you can create free projects for free on Superbase, and you don't have to worry about cost anything, just to get you guys familiar with how the platform works. I'm not so sure about Firebase because I'm not as familiar, but just so that you guys start understanding certain things, you might want to work on a project with that in mind.
Okay.
But yeah, man. Oh yeah, this is the end of the stream. And stream end. Okay, cool.